What's up, everyone? Badgers here, and I want to break down UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Rodrigues. Before I do that, though, let's go and talk about the last event, which was UFC 312. It was a losing event for me. I've made some mistakes that I want to talk about. I'm not gonna break down the entire card and go over all the fights. I just want to go over the fights where I lost money on, and those are the three main bets that I've made. The free bet we also lost. So, to be honest, Tatiana, I wouldn't say I was surprised. I knew she came. She had a lot of injuries, and I knew that. But I chose to believe that she's gonna overcome that, and maybe her wrestling will be too much for Weili Zhang. But I was wrong. She managed to take her down the first round, and since then it was just she got beat up every round. Every round it wasn't even close. And that was because I was too biased on picking Tatiana just because of her wrestling and the fact that she's training with Patchy Mix and all that. But at some point, your injuries, your age, they do their thing. She's been through a lot in her life. Going through what she did, her like knee injuries, all that stuff. It's too much. But I'll tell you that, in my opinion, if you take prime Tatiana Suarez, the same Tatiana Suarez that fought the Cookie Monster when she was 27, and take Weili Zhang, the same Weili Zhang that you saw that night, I would have still picked Tatiana, because back then she didn't have all those knee injuries. She was still physically strong, but it doesn't matter, right? I've lost. It is what it is. Next two fights that I've lost, Kevin Jousset and Jonathan Mikalev. Kevin Jousset, in my opinion, he could have won if he would just put more pressure. But it was like he was afraid to pressure Mikalev while they were against the cage. And Mikalev improved his striking a lot. And that guy is really, really dangerous on the ground as well. He had, like, those leg kicks, man, were just on point. Not like body kicks, leg kicks, middle kicks. You could hear them all over the crowd. So, yeah, Jousset Kevin, it was just too technical. He wasn't playing it dirty, and that's what you need to win against a guy like Jonathan Mikalev. You need to pressure him. So I was surprised, but yeah, it is what it is. This is the fight game. And Cody Steele, like, you have the superior advantage when you take the guy down. What he does, he starts to strike with him. It's like, and you hear his coaches telling him, keep striking with him. Like, why the hell are you striking with someone who's far better striker than you, instead of going and taking him down, which is what you've done most of your career, doing grappling matches, but now you think you're a boxer and you're losing brain cells, getting hit by Zhu, who completely destroyed him on the feet just because he wanted to give a show. Like, that's so fucking stupid. And his corner advice was so fucking stupid. The guy could have definitely won if he took him down. But no, he chose to strike with him. Zero IQ. And that's what I have to say about that. Definitely not gonna trust him again. I hope they put him against a really good striker that's gonna knock him out, because let me tell you something, after the beatdown he ate in that fight, he's not gonna be the same. And he just lost many brain cells in that fight. With that being said, yeah, those are like the three main bets I've made. Again, a losing night for me, and I'm gonna come back stronger in this one. So let's go over the first fight of the night. We got Gabriel Bonfim and Khaos Williams. This is gonna be interesting. The question here would be, will Khaos Williams be able to keep the fight on the feet? And I think he will. I think that on the feet, he's gonna be the better striker. And Bonfim, he looked good in his last fight against Angelosa. But Khaos Williams is a much better striker compared to Angelosa. I think that he's gonna be able to be better on the feet. Not that Bonfim is a slouch there, but we saw that he's a really good striker. He's also very durable, so I'm not worried about him getting knocked out or anything on the feet. Gabriel Bonfim also has shown that he improved his gas tank, which was one of the reasons why he lost in his fight against that guy from Denmark. Forgot his name. Against Nicholas Dalby. Yeah. But it shows you that he can fall. He can be folded, right? It was his only loss. He's not much of a KO, of a knockout guy. Like, he always caught people with his submissions. So it's gonna be interesting. The only worry I have here is him getting a choke. I'm obviously biased for Khaos Williams to win. So it's really the only thing I want to check now when I'm telling you this. I want to check Khaos Williams' takedown defense record. So let me check that real quick. Okay, so looking at Khaos Williams, I can see that he has 80% takedown defense. But who did he fight that tried to take him down? Carlston Harris didn't try to take him down. He got knocked out pretty quickly. Bedoya wouldn't try to take him down. Brown, he's a striker. We wouldn't try to take him down. Semmelsberger wouldn't do that. Baeza, I don't know. He probably didn't have enough. Well, he did have enough time, but Morona, would Morona try to take him down? I don't think so. Al Hassan, I don't think so. Pereira, no. So it's he didn't really face wrestlers. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. Very hard for me to pick him. It's gonna be a close fight. Not something I would like to bet on, honestly. So I'm not gonna bet on this fight. What I will say is, if this fight stays on the feet, I think Khaos Williams will have the advantage. Next fight, we got Angela Hill and Ketlen Souza. I like Angela Hill here. I think that she's the far better MMA fighter. Maybe on the feet, Ketlen Souza will have the advantage. But we've already seen that she's susceptible to being taken down. She was taken down quite easily by Karine Silva and submitted immediately. Will Angela Hill be able to submit her? I don't think so. Maybe if she, I don't know, gives her like a obvious submission. But the worry I got here is Angela Hill is 40 years old. Okay, she's not young for a fighter. She's not a crisp chicken. So but again, she hasn't shown like she has slowed down. She looked good against Tabata Ricci. That was a close fight. That was August 24, just almost 6 months, man. Fuck. Pinheiro, she got the choke. Denise Gomez, I chose Angela Hill to win in that fight, and she did. Um, so it just depends if Angela Hill will slow down. I don't think that's the case. I don't see Ketlen Souza knocking her out like she did against Yasmin Jaragui, who she knocked her down and then submitted her. But Yasmin has no chin whatsoever. Angela Hill has a chin, and she's tough. She's gonna keep working. I think she's gonna take Ketlen Souza down, and I think that she's gonna win a decision, unanimous decision. I don't see her really doing anything else. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Angela Hill. That's probably gonna be the free bet for us this week. Um, yeah, so you can see she got knocked out 2 times. She got submitted 2 times. So she got knocked out to leg kicks. That's interesting. Also a body kick, and she got submitted by an armbar 2018. Yeah, you know, can we get a finish here? Angela Hill is not known for getting finishes, but she has some finishes. She has some knockouts. So you never know. You never know. She definitely had the far better competition. I think that she should be a bigger favorite here, just because Ketlen Souza hasn't proven anything yet. Like Yasmin Jaragui, if she was winning on defeat until that moment. But yeah, I'm picking Angela Hill. I like her here. Next fight we got Jesus Aguilar and Rafael Estevam. This is interesting. I want to see the odds here because let's see the odds. So you got Aguilar. I'm surprised that Aguilar is such a dog. 395 and Estevam is 128. So Estevam had a win against what's his name? G-Force, forgot his name. Has this funny nickname. Come on, it's my boy. What's his name? Come on, the long fighter who got wins. I bet on him so much. Charles Johnson, my boy Charles Johnson. So he got a win against Charles Johnson. He came overweight in that one. In the third round, he was completely exhausted and almost got finished. It's gonna be interesting. You know, I might put a bet on Aguilar just because I think that he can be problematic on the feet, and he has that nasty guillotine choke that we saw him getting a finish with in his last fight, where he was a big dog as well. So I think he's being disrespected here by the books. He got a back and forth with Mateus Mendonca, who's also a good wrestler. Yeah, he's dangerous, man. Aguilar is dangerous. He got submitted by Tetsuro Taira, but even in that fight, he got Tetsuro in a guillotine, which Tetsuro managed to escape. So I don't know. I'm definitely not gonna lay on Rafael Estevam that money because his game is clear. He's gonna try to drown you. He's gonna try to take you down, but I don't see him submitting Aguilar. And I think that on the feet, Aguilar would be the far better striker. So I'll wait for the weigh-ins to see that Estevam is not coming overweight again. If he's not coming overweight, which he does on purpose, by the way, then I'm gonna pick Aguilar to win. And that's it. Obviously, not a very confident pick because Aguilar, he can just control him for 3 rounds, but he's tricky he's tricky to control. So it's gonna be interesting. With that being said, I'm gonna pick Aguilar to win. Will I bet on it? I don't know. Join the premium if you want to know. Next fight we got Valter Walker and Don'Tale Mays. So this is actually a fight that I have much more confidence in. We got two heavyweights. One of them is the far better wrestler and has the far better jiu-jitsu and control. Dontel Mays has been susceptible to being taken down and submitted and being taken down and controlled. We saw it in his fight against Nascimento. We saw it in his fight against Gaziev. And I think it's not going to be any different here. I think that Walker will be able to get the takedowns and he would be able to get the control. Dontel Mays is not built for grappling. Like, he's more of a striker, and he's like, when you take them down, he gives me like Tafa vibes, you know, like the Tafa brothers, where you just take them down and it's just, yeah. They don't get back up that quickly. So Valter Walker will be able to take him down, in my opinion. He would be able to maybe submit him or just cruise to a decision and get the win. That's it. He really worked on his cardio. You could see that he was in better shape in his last one, and he will get to him, in my opinion. So give me Valter Walker to get the win. I'm pretty confident in this one. How much are we getting for Walker? Let's see. Valter Walker. Where is he? 148, and the line is going down. I wouldn't be surprised to see him as a bigger favorite coming up fight night. Yeah, I like what I've seen from him. He brings a different style compared to his brother. I think that he's gonna get the win here. So, yeah. Next fight of the card, we got Elijah Smith coming off of Dana White Contender Series and Vince Morales. I've been impressed by Elijah Smith. He brings a full game of wrestling, of striking, jiu-jitsu. Like, he got it all. He got it all. And Vince Morales, like, he's a tough dude. He got the fight against he lost against Tyler Lapilos. And that was a fight where Lapilos completely dominated him on the feet, and Vince couldn't take him down. But he's shown that he's tough, that he can take a punch or two. Now, I don't think that Smith is anywhere close to Lapilos when it comes to the striking pedigree. I'm actually worried about him getting gassed out in the third round, because he did get gassed against Aaron Tao. He completely dominated Aaron Tao, by the way, but he also gassed himself. But he's just 22 years old, man. He's just in the beginning of his career, and I don't know, man. It's hard for me to make a bet here because I don't know how he will be in his debut. We just saw people like Cody Steele, who completely came with a stupid game plan of trying to strike with a striker where you 10 times better grappling. So you don't know what to expect. But Elijah Smith is the son of another UFC fighter, which I forgot his name. So I'm thinking that he's gonna come with a decent game plan. Maybe growing up with a father figure that is such such a fighter. Probably matured him as a fighter as well. So although he's 7-1, I don't think that he's coming with an experience of a 7-1. He's probably coming with a much bigger experience. So that's gonna be interesting to see. I'll pick him to win though. I don't think that Vince Morales has anything to bring him on the feet. I think that even with the wrestling, I think that Elijah Smith is gonna be the better wrestler. He's gonna be the one who's gonna get the control time and the takedowns. So I'm really high on Elijah Smith. I'll just want to watch what he brings to the table in this one. Who's, by the way, a very tough fighter. You know, he was in the UFC before. He lost by decision to fighters like Miles Jones, Jonathan Martinez. He lost to Chris Gutierrez by leg kicks, lost to Yadong Song. But, bro, look at this track record in the UFC, right? He's not bad at all. He came back from the regional after dominating people. I don't know. I need to watch more tape. I will say I think this fight will go the distance. I don't think that he's gonna knock out Elijah Smith. I will say the over 2.5 or the over 1.5 are quite safe, because Smith himself is not, like, from what he can finish you, but I don't think he will finish someone as like a veteran like Vince Morales. So yeah, I'll say it's gonna be a close one. Very hard for me to pick a winner. But I'm pick Vince Morales because probably Elijah Smith is the favorite. We know how the bookies work. So if we try to look for Elijah Smith, yeah, he's the favorite. 144. I'm not gonna put that on Elijah Smith. No way. I think the over here is something to consider. Not paying that much. Fight to go the distance, I don't know, because Elijah tends to slow down in the third round. He can get finished. Maybe you pick the over 2.5 and sparkle some finish on, like Vince Morales getting a finish maybe in the third round. Yeah, but I'm not touching this one. Next fight we got Jacqueline Cavalcanti and Julia Avila. Avila? Is that how you say it? Avila? Julia Avila. We got a grappler taking on a striker who got decent grappling takedown defense. She lost her last fight against Misha Tate. I remember I saw this one. And Misha Tate completely dominated her. I think that she also she quit after that fight. Like, she retired. Didn't quit, retired after that one. I'm not sure, maybe. But Misha Tate, I remember, completely dominated her in that one. She's obviously a really good grappler herself. But I'm picking Cavalcanti. She's just shown to be getting the wins. I think that on the feet she's going to be able to completely dominate her with her striking, and that's enough for me. Julia Avila is not known for wrestling, as far as I know. And I think that Cavalcanti will bring something different from what you've seen so far with her crisp striking. So yeah, give me Cavalcanti. I like her in this one. Next one, we got Rodolfo Vieira and Andre Petroski. Yeah, I'm picking Rodolfo Vieira here. I'm not impressed by Petroski. The guy is very one-dimensional. He's taking you down, controlling you, maybe getting a submission. But now he's taking a guy who's known to be the black belt hunter. So I don't care how good you think Petroski Jiu-Jitsu is. It's nothing compared to the level Rodolfo Vieira is bringing to the table. The guy is a monster. I'm surprised it's just minus 215. I would imagine him to be a far bigger favorite. He completely dominated Armen Petrosian, took him down and submitted him. I think he's going to submit Andre Petroski. Petroski was never submitted, but we might see him getting submitted in this one for the first time. Where is he? So let's find this fight. Petroski. Here he is. 147 for Rodolfo Vieira. Can it go over 1.5 rounds? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, because Rodolfo Vieira is coming in hot. Like, he's coming there to take your soul. How much are we getting for him to win by submission? Vieira by submission, 250. So the bookies know, obviously. I think Vieira can win by submission. It's very likely. I don't see him knocking out Petroski. Petroski was never submitted, in my opinion, as well. Yeah, I don't think that Petroski was submitted ever, at least in his UFC career. So he got some grappling matches. Of course, you cannot compare that to what Rodolfo Vieira has been through. He got submitted by Rene Souza in a grappling match. Ankle lock. He got an anaconda against Eric Anders, Phil Hughes. He got choked by Brian Ballo. Interesting, in the Ultimate Fighter. So he got choked in the past. Can he get choked? Can he get darshed by or guillotined by Rodolfo Vieira? Of course. Like, come on. The guy fought at the highest levels in jiu-jitsu. Like, you cannot compare what he brings to the table. On triangle choke. He lost decision to Chris Curtis. Is very hard to take down, or maybe submitted Dustin Stoltzfus. Who's Kanan Durate? Imagine submitting a guy like him. ADCC Ribeiro, Branson Henderson, Rocha. Holy shit, bro. That guy is a beast, man. The guy is an absolute monster. Yeah, give me Vieira to win by submission. You know, we just saw what he brings to the table. He's not one of those fighters that wants to prove a point. He knows where he's good at. He knows where he has the advantage, right? He knows where he has the advantage, and that's That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for fighters that are going to show me that they do what they are good at. Now, the question is, will he be able to take Petroski down? That's a good question to ask, because Petroski is a decent wrestler. Also, Rodolfo is. He comes in and he tries to kill you in the first round. So I think that's what we're gonna see from him. I'm picking Rodolfo Vieira to win here. I just think that there's levels to this game, and Vieira is on a different level. Shahbazyan and Dylan Budka. Like, obviously, you see this and you say it's Shahbazyan all day, right? But then again, he does these stupid mistakes, like the one he did against, what was his name? I'm not good with names. I'm good with faces. Against Gerald Meerschaert. So Meerschaert, he won. Like, he knocked Meerschaert down. But what he does, instead of letting Meerschaert come back up, he goes and tries to grapple with him and tries to, like, knock him out when they are both on the ground, where it's Meerschaert world. Now, Budka is not the threat of Meerschaert, not at all. With all of Shahbazyan losses, I don't think he can fuck this up. If he fucks up with Dylan Budka, like, you really need to be talented to fuck this up, because he has all the tools to win it on the feet. Budka is not known to be even like a submission guy. He just takes you down and controls you. I don't think that he's gonna be able to survive what Shahbazyan can bring him here. So give me Shahbazyan to win. Next one, we got Delgado and Connor Matthews. I like Delgado here. I like what he brought in Contender. I had a big bet on him in Contender. I think that Connor Matthews is not that good. He got knocked out by Dennis Bazooka, who's not that good. I think Delgado can get the finish here. He's very, very dangerous. He brings, like, man, his knees, his kicks, everything is just on point. He's coming from the MMA lab. I think he will find the finish here as well. He also is going to have the reach advantage. He's going to be the bigger fighter. I like Delgado here to get the win. This kid is good. And I was impressed by what I've seen. Line is a bit wide, like 136. We'll see. But yeah, I like him in this one. Ismael Bonfim and Nazim Sadykhov. Ooh, another banger. The thing about Sadykhov, the guy is made out of bricks. Like, the damage he took against Vyacheslav was insane. And he still, like, stood there like nothing. Bonfim got submitted by Benoit. Sadykhov has decent grappling. I think that he can get the win here. I think he can choke Bonfim. I don't know. It's gonna be a close one, but I think that, yeah, he's probably the dog. It's a near even. On the feet, I'm not sure it's that far away. Like, I know Bonfim is a good striker, but so is Sadykhov. So it's gonna be a very hard fight to predict, because both are good everywhere. I'll say that the fights go the over. I think it's gonna go over. I don't know, man. It's a fight that it's very hard for me to predict. I'm not gonna put a bet on this one, because both are really good in striking and grappling, at least compared to each other. I will give maybe the slight advantage for Bonfim on the striking department. But Sadykhov is dangerous, man. Like, he can knock you out. He can submit you. And I'm afraid that Bonfim has a sus chin. Oh, he was never knocked out, so he gave me that vibe for some reason. But he got submitted 4 times in the first round, which is interesting when you look at the pedigree of his brother to be such a good grappler. And this guy got submitted 4 times. He got submitted by Moicano and by this too, but it was 2011, so obviously he's a different fighter now. Yeah, just I'll pick Sadykhov. I'm not gonna bet on this one, probably. Give me Sadykhov. Co-main, we got Kelvin Kattar and Youssef Zalal. Youssef Zalal. It's easy. It's Zalal by submission. What do you guys even have to consider here? No, I'm joking. I don't think that Zalal is going to submit Kattar, who has good takedown defense and crisp boxing. Yeah, I think Kelvin Kattar is being really disrespected here, but the guy is 36 years old. Again, it gives me Tatiana Suarez vibes. Like, he was known to be a great fighter, but he didn't look the same against Sterling. Against Allen, he got the knee injury. It's just like, those guys are not the same. After injuries like the ones we've seen, they're not the same. So after losing on Suarez, I think Kelvin Kattar is about the same, at the same spot. He's a very talented fighter. He had a spectacular career at 145, but you got this up-and-comer Moroccan devil, hungry to get it to the top. I pick Youssef Zalal. It's not a question here. I do think that Kattar is much better on the feet, but he got taken down by Sterling, who's a phenomenal wrestler. I say that Sterling is a much better wrestler than Zalal, but Zalal is so, he just find ways to get to your back. He find ways to just find that submission, like he did against Jack Shore, against Jarno Aarons, against Billy Quarantello, against Vadim Zadny Pripiani. He gets it. Will he get it here? I don't know, but I will say he's gonna win. So give me Zalal. He's probably such a big favorite. Yeah, 126. Come on, guys. Give me some. Yeah. So, Youssef Zalal. I'm saying he wins by decision. I say he's winning by decision. Everybody are going to pick Zalal by submission. I'm saying Zalal is winning by decision. Main event, we got Jared Cannonier and Gregory Rodrigues. 2 dangerous fighters. Very dangerous on the feet. But we got one here who's at level 40, almost level 41. You know, as they say, time is not your friend in this sport. Especially if you had a career like Jared Cannonier had, with all the wars he's been in. You know, it's sad because I think Jared he's such a inspiration. You know, at his age, being at the, like, you look at this guy, he looks like a fucking killer. Like, his physique, everything at this age, it's very impressive. But RoboCop, man, the beating that he put on Christian Leroy Duncan was just scary, bro. It completely destroyed him. I think that he's gonna destroy the Killer Gorilla. He's an up-and-comer. He's very dangerous. And, you know, at some point, it doesn't matter how good you've been during your career. It's just your body and the damage. Nature does its thing, and you're not the same. So I'm gonna go with Gregory Rodrigues. I think that on the feet, he's very good. Like, I was impressed by his performance against Duncan, who's a phenomenal striker. And I think that even we can see like maybe some takedowns here by Gregory Rodrigues. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes down Jared Cannonier and submits him, or even getting a ground and pound finish, because again, the guy is not the same. And I know he was never submitted, but he never faced a grappler as good as G-Rod. Is that a thing? We're gonna call him G-Rod? Yeah. He also got knocked out by Imavov. He got a lot of damage against Caio Borraio. So yeah, it's just, it's one of those things where, one of those fights where you have to go with the younger up and comer. And let me tell you something, Rodrigues has power. He can knock out Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier can knock him out as well, but he can knock out Jared Cannonier. I will say this fight does not go the distance. One of these fighters, whoever it's gonna be, I'll say it's gonna be G-Rod, is going to get the finish. So fight ends inside distance might be something to consider. The interesting thing is that both Imavov and Caio didn't try to take Cannonier down, which is interesting. I will pick G-Rod, Gregory Rodrigues, to get the win here, though. And that's it, guys. If you have any comments, please let me know. Who you like, why, etc. How was UFC 312 for you? Join my free Telegram group. The link is in the description. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.